every electronic gadget, maybe cell phone, TV, anything, laptop, anything requires semiconductors, that is chip.
Hmm.
So without the chip, all the activities will be useless. Now the top manufacturer for semiconductors is Taiwan, a
Okay.
small country which produces more than 50% of semiconductors in the world. So Indian semiconductor was neglected. Every time we used to import from other countries and we implement it for products. We use it. Now the government said, why should we become dependent on other countries? Why can't we manufacture it? So the government has said, we have already crossed 50 to 60 years, lost the opportunity. Why can't we start now to produce semiconductor chips in India only? Okay, we miss it. Whatever we miss it. Why can't we start now? This is a mission taken by the Indian government to semicon, as called as semicon, because India wants to nuclear energy capacity by 2047, by 100th year of independence. At least 10 nuclear reactors as part of Indian mission to increase nuclear power generation capacity by 10 times in the next 2 decades under PM Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. Means the government wants to increase the nuclear power 10 times in the next 20 years. Means 2047. By 2047 under PM Viksit Bharat Rozgar Yojana. So with this, the employment will get 1 lakh crores for this purpose. I mean, this production is producing semiconductors. The government sanctioned around 1 lakh crore, which will imply 15,000 employees and 3 crore Indian indirect employment. Bridge between Swatantra Bharat and Samriddha Bharat. Semiconductor manufacturing is considered as converting Swatantra Bharat as Samriddha Bharat. So these are the steps taken by the government by spending 1 lakh crore. Means not 1 year, regularly. So in the period of 4 to 5 years, and it will give employment to 15,000 employees and 3 crores indirect employments. All this will give transform India from Swatantra Bharat to Samriddha Bharat. This is the concept taken by this government to produce semiconductor business and transform the 3-4 steps. One is semiconductor. Second is nuclear power. So 10 nuclear reactors has been identified to improve nuclear power. Means produce the power through nuclear. That is cheaper, and nuclear power is always cheaper, and more production will come. But it will affect the people. It will affect the people resident near to the plant. So the government has identified 10 nuclear reactors to convert the existing plants into nuclear plants. With this, the government is planning to achieve 10 times nuclear power within 20 years, the next 20 years. And another one is semiconductor, second is nuclear power, third is GST reforms. GST reforms, I stated, the government is going to reduce the existing rates from 28 to 18%, 18 to 12 or 5%. And the government wants to continue only with 2 rates, 5 and 18%. 40% may be on luxury goods. That is cleared by group of ministers consisting of 3 group of ministers unanimously considered that, and that committee consists of 3 BJP ruled chief ministers and 3 non-BJP ruled chief ministers. All of them unanimously accepted to change the GST rates to 18 and 5% only, and luxury goods to 40%. That is called sin goods. So this is third reform. And fourth one is MSME encouragement. MSME encouragement to give them MSME local means GEM. GEM means that according to this rules, every publicity undertaking has to procure a minimum 25% from MSME only. They cannot go less than that. So if they want to purchase 100 crores worth material this year, at least 25 crores they have to purchase from MSME. This is the concept already actually given by the government to public sector undertakings. So that will encourage the MSMEs. And another is fourth one. Fifth one is exploring deep water for crude oil, for oil basin. That is another one. This is also deep water exploration. Another mission is going and undertaken by the government. And so near solar, hydrogen and hydro nuclear power means the government wants to produce more power through green energy. At least to achieve 500 gigawatts. Now it is achieved 100 gigawatt. Now it wants to make it 500 gigawatts through green energy. For this purpose, the government has proposed to set up a task force to achieve $10 trillion economy by 2047, and to make it the performance according to the plan, accelerate economic growth, to reduce the red tapeism, to modernize the governance, and may prepare for the demand up to 10 trillion demand. Prepare the country for demands of 10 trillion economy by 2047. And also demography. And one more thing, a demography challenge is there. Means the people of young age are more, and people, all these young age people should be able to undertake any employment. Their education is not sufficient. So all this youth demography should be utilized to become skilled youth. Otherwise, they will be having qualification but no efficiency. So every student should be with knowledge, qualification, efficiency. So for this, the skill development programs are undertaken by the government under demography mission, and the government wants to act tough against infiltrators and illegally enters the nation and stays here. The government wants to take tough action against the infiltrators. And one more sector the government concentrating is to produce jet engines in India. Until now, we are importing engines from Europe countries or US, some other Russia or something. Now the government wants to manufacture jet engines in India only with the help of foreign companies. So this is one more thing. And recently we have seen that in missile technology also, until now the government was depending on 11 countries for imports. Maybe Europe countries, Germany, France, Australia. Some products were importing and they were manufacturing missiles in India. Now the government decided, yes, no, we have to produce entire material from India only, so that we can, in a defense sector, we cannot depend on other countries. They may disturb the supplies. At that time, the emergency, there may be disturbance in the emergency activities. So we should substitute import. We should manufacture all the missiles in India only, domestically. This is a decision taken by the government that is given to the task was given to private sector, also government sector, DRDO, public. There are so many companies that are producing components for defense. They are also directed to go for domestic raw materials only instead of depending on imported material. And also the government wants to, I told you that jet plane engines, and the government wants to take up the production of jet planes. And this is going to be, all these activities are going to be challenged to be achieved within by 2047, the 100th year of independence. Of course, when there is a will, there is a way, and there is a process also. And everything should be in relation, it should be in the same motive, same spirit to achieve the target by 2047. All these are planning. The special task force constituted to achieve the goal of $10 trillion by 2047 as Viksit Bharat by 2047.